most of the MSMEs work really in the unorganized sector, right? So there is certainly an untapped growth potential. All, I think, research and analysis shows that if you work in the informal sector, you don't have as easy access to financing, and accessibility to affordable and formal finance is actually the top issue that bothers MSMEs to really grow, as well as bureaucracy, right? If there's no lean way of registering a new business, of having one-stop shop, of also accessing markets, networks, business services, and that is all very either not existing or access is difficult. There is things that hold back. But I think again here there have been many things that have been done in India, and it's making really good progress. And the whole issue of formalization, there have been inroads made for formalizing economic units, as we say, businesses if you wish, through even the goods and services tax, and that you have to register. And if you think about the workers and informal workers, the inroads that are now made were to provide pensions for unorganized workers in the unorganized sector, I should say. That kind of makes inroads into this. Also, I think something that we as the ILO have been working on a lot is also the downstream and really demonstrating that when you work at business level, both with management and the workers, and you do improve management practices, you improve quality, you improve relationship between workers and the managers, and also you improve occupational safety and health, you can actually see that productivity and output can be improved. The figures we have from our sustaining responsible and competitive businesses is 30%. And there, these kind of training programs, because it is a lot about participatory capacity building, this we do in collaboration, with FICCI or other employers organizations, and also these trainings have been taken up by the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise in their training programs, so that it can actually gain some scale. Because the ILO is here to support the constituents, to bring in good practice, to have demonstration projects. But then the idea is, of course, to get to scale. Institutions here have to implement further. And I think they're really, we have been able to see that with these kind of measures, you can actually have a lot of potential also to pick up in the being linked to the more competitive, I would say, in the global supply chains or even national value chains. No, but very much true that, of course, around labor rights and also business needs, it's really a discussion, a dialogue that has to be continuous. To find, the right application of standards, the right balance also. I know India has embarked on intent to revise its labor laws. It's true that they date from colonial times. So obviously with the world of work changing, production patterns evolving, we speak a lot about, the future of work, but the future of work has to be shaped, right? We cannot just simply leave it to market forces. We have to always put the human being in the center and think around that actually when we speak about trade, when we speak about globalization, it does not become a race to the bottom, but that it actually becomes a conducive way to foster development, and with that goes working conditions, labor rights, our human rights, and we can also not leave people behind. So the question today is really, how do we have modern labor law that can provide protection and coverage to workers in a way wherever they find themselves, and actually make it a more conducive factor together with simplifying bureaucracy and other enabling factors that can allow, and we're talking here today about the micro, small and medium enterprises, to have something that is understandable, that is in a way easy to apply and comply with. And we should never forget that today the consumer is also very much interested in how their products are made. It's about who made them, in what conditions, and also what impact did it have on the environment. So a lot about the business and human rights discourse is there, and it's in that we need to look forward and be forward-looking. That labor laws in a country are conducive and can both provide good working conditions and protect workers, but also be conducive for business.